Hello everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to my Tuesday Facebook Live. I appreciate you all being here. For those of you who I have not met before, my name is Woodbridge and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So what does that mean for you? It means I use Stampin' Up! Products and I share with you how to use those products in your craft projects. I'm specifically a card maker. I do sometimes, rarely, dabble in scrapbooking. I did start as a scrapbooker first, but I am definitely predominantly a card maker these days. Hello Beryl, welcome. If you are popping in, whether you are live or whether you're on the replay, I would love you to say hello. Hello Miss Shaz, I was only asking about you last video because I hadn't seen you, so I just wanted to say hi. What else do I need? Today is the 31st of October. If you celebrate Halloween, happy Halloween. But today is the last day for our joining special. Now, our joining special is joining Stampin' Up! Receiving 20% discount off catalogue prices of your products. Do you have to run parties? Do you have to do videos, do anything with it? No, you don't have to do any of that. I do this because I enjoy it and I like sharing with you girls and guys. So I choose to do that. There is no prerequisite for you to do that. So we are celebrating Stampin' Up's 35th birthday. Hey Margine. And sorry, I need to shut my door, please. So Stampin' Up! Is celebrating their 35th birthday. So as part of the joining special, you can either get 35% discount on joining. So in Australia, it's $169 and you get 35% off that. Or in your kit, you get $169 worth of product. So you can get 35% more product in your kit. So you've got two options: either save, because we all understand things are a little tight at the moment around the world with money, so you can get discount, or you can get more value. So that ends today. If anyone has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I do have the link to join in the description box below. So depending on where you are, I am going to tell you how you can find more information. Quite often there's more, or there's a little arrow pointing down and you can open that up and that opens up the links of where you can find me on social media, link to my store, what other, I need to mute myself. That is, so on my laptop it says see more. It shows you a link to my VIP group, all the things that that you can want to find me. So and one of those options is joining. So I did have a team meeting on the weekend and I can show you the projects that we made on the weekend because they were a bit cute and they are using some things I've shared with you guys, but they're not quite available to customers yet. They will be available next week, being the first full week of November. Now, I wanted to say the 6th, but I don't think they're available till the 7th. I should probably check on that. But we did use the Fluffiest Friends dies and we made these cute little cards. So I made one with an embossed background and one with a plain black background. So this design was inspired by Stampin' with Jamie. I do love her designs. They're always so clean, and that's kind of my style. And I saw it and I went, ooh, I was going to colour him as Pooh Bear, but didn't end up that way. And the other card we made, which I have never done before, and I don't know why I haven't done it before, hi Myrtle, is a portrait Z-fold card. When I do Z-fold cards, I normally make them landscape. So Patty Bennett inspired this card, and using the Meandering Meadows Designer Series paper, I made a portrait Z-fold card, which is so simple. I mean, Louisa's hair's floating around. Z-fold cards are so super easy to make, and this was perfect because on the inside we had a continuation of the pattern at the front and just a very simple sentiment, because this paper needs nothing else. So that is my original version, and then I used a different sentiment for my second version that I made with the team. So we have a team meeting, talk about the Stampin' news, make a couple of projects together. More often than not, the projects that we do make together are my class cards, but I had a belated team meeting on the first Sunday of October, so they'd already done this month's cards. So I did something a little different because as demonstrators, we can access those products now because they're on pre-order, and I love those pre-order perks. So let's get to what we're doing today. Today we are playing with foil. So I have grabbed out the Joy to Use stamp set, which we will be heat embossing. I do love this sentiment set. It's just so simple, so easy, so beautiful. Oh, I just got a text message that I need to pay a bill. Oops. I have also got, now these are called brushed gold cards and envelopes. So for my Australian and European and UK people, these are American sized standard cards, which is different to our A4 cards. Yes, Mr. Woodbridge. Oh, can you show that here for a second? Sorry, the mail has been delivered, everyone. They're Renee's swaps. Awesome. When Renee comes on, I'll tell her they arrived a little late, but that's okay. Australia Post is Australia Post. So we have those cards and we have matching envelopes, which is great. And you get, because I've got it up on the online store here, you get 20 cards and 20 envelopes. So what I thought I would do today, I'd make some cards because we've got printing on the front and the back of the card. Me wanting to make this go further wants to cut the card and use both sides as a card front. But if you just want to keep it simple, you can just fold, I haven't used my bone folder, but fold the card in half, stick on what you want on the front, and go forth with your life. You've got the envelope right on the card, address the envelope, whack on the stamp, put in the mail, you're done. So I am going to try and keep the cards simple today. So I've got these card bases and envelopes. I also grabbed out the Joyful Specialty paper. So every one of these is foiled. So I thought I would try to use all of them today. I'm not sure that the wood grain in here is festive, but we shall see. So what I think we should do now is flip around, get adjusted, turn off the overhead light and get card making, because I've had an appointment this morning and Owen and I have an appointment together this afternoon. Life never stops, and I do need to thank you for sharing, Myrtle. I appreciate that. Oh, that piece of paper can go in the bin. Oh, there you go. Even Siri says no problem. Yeah, life is just so busy, and because of that, I have made my 4 cards for my Merry and Bright class. Yes, I have made the 4 cards for my Merry and Bright class, but I haven't had a chance to film them or do the PDF. So my October class delivery for the online, for the PDF and video portion is running late. I think my goal is to try and get them done this Friday and over the weekend and get it all done and out to you, although I am seeing, and I'll flip around while I tell you that, I am seeing a show with a girlfriend on Saturday. Lavender is crew for a local musical society show, and they are doing kinky boots. Oh, so Lavender and, oh no, we are going to support Lavender and the rest of the crew, cast and crew, for kinky boots. So we're going to the matinee on Saturday. So that'll take out a bit of Saturday, but I do hope I can get some, okay, sorry, stand, I tightened up my stand on the weekend because I do use it during my team meetings. So basically, anyone who is not local to me in my team meetings can join virtually. Oh, that's actually really, I think it's good. Let me just pull that aside and see. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So they can share virtually with us. So they start out on my laptop and we're chatting, and they can chat to the whole team because they sit in the corner. Not that they're in trouble. And then I join the Zoom meeting on my phone and they craft like this, but not here at my dining room table. And they can play along, or they can see how the kit that I will send them is going to come together, and everyone chats and laughs and asks questions, makes suggestions. Oh, I would do it like this if you thought of doing it like that. So a bit like here, but we're in person. Thank you, Myrtle. I'll go grab this light and I shall be right back. Okay, so yeah, just as a team, we do have a whole lot of fun, which I think is fantastic, and I look forward to our monthly team meetings. And we had, did we have someone extra? Yeah, we had an extra person this month, which was great. So stamp set, card bases, paper. Let's have a quick look at these patterns. So I kind of know what I want to go with what. So this is holly paper, so you could definitely go in with our Stampin' blends or even our markers and colour in some of these leaves, or you can leave it exactly as is. We have our music paper. Now the colours are cherry cobbler and shaded spruce, and shaded spruce isn't normally a colour that I go for, but we're going to go for it today. So we have this plaid check, and then this is the one I feel this is going to be my challenge. I may not get to this pattern today, but I will get to it another time for sure. just because I think this would go really nicely with Ringed with Nature, which can definitely be Christmassy. So I think maybe Thursday's video, I will continue with this paper, but I'll pair it with Ringed with Nature. So if you think that's a good idea, I would love to come back and do that with you. Okay, so that was kind of my thought process for this. So I'm just going to pop this piece back in. These are 6 by 12 pieces that are left over from my paper share. Well, they're not left over, they're my share. Just let me have a drink here. Okay, before my throat gets dry and croaky and all of those things, I thought it'd be smart to have a drink. So, I was thinking we can use both circles and squares on this with the designer series paper with the sentiment on top and see how we go. I have got embossing here, okay, but I'm thinking for this first one, and I do want to use this, and I was thinking of using the either, look, it doesn't matter, this one, the Sending Good Tidings, in this season of cheer. I actually want to go with this because it makes me think of the Christmas song. So I kind of want to pair those together. And this one, I'm not sure what I want to do. That is the long and the short of it, really. So what I might do is just put the stamps out and see what sizing I like. See, I don't know that Merry and Bright works. Like, it works fine, but there's nothing Merry and Bright about this, where this one more goes with the Merry and Bright stamp set because we've got lights. Am I being way too literal here? And this one, Peace to You and Yours, this one goes really nicely with the Night Divine suite. So, you know, you can see where I'm going with this. So maybe just the very simple wishing you a very Merry Christmas is where I want to go, because it's the smallest sentiment in the set. I'm going to showcase this card base very well as showcasing some of this designer series paper. So my thought process, you've seen it from start to finish in a verbal diarrhea kind of way. But that is my exact process. Yeah, just is what it is. So with this one, I maybe wouldn't mind pairing it with a little bit of, like, maybe stamping this in Shaded Spruce on some basic white cardstock. Maybe I could use a combination of these two, because I wouldn't mind adding some green to this, just to have two colors. I could add this. I'll see how we go. Don't open the ink pad yet. Have the paper out in front of you. And I have discovered I have just opened my last pack of basic white cardstock. So I have no basic white cardstock in reserves. And oh, there you go, that's a good piece. Even though it's a full pack of 40 sheets, I start to feel, oh, what if I run out? I won't run out, but I kind of get that, I never want to run out. Do you get that, especially with like basic white paper, that you'd prefer a colour not to run out of? Now, yes, I can see that these whites are slightly different, but we will have a pattern in between which will stop it from being so stark like it is just there. Okay, so I've just used my hand, rubbed it across. Now I am hoping I might be able to find a die to cut this out. You know, you never know your luck in the big city. Now these have been stamping beautifully for me without the use of the Stamparatus. So we're just going to pray. Ta-da! The H is a little bit patchy, but you can barely tell. So that just stamped beautifully without the Stamparatus. Now, because I have all the papers lying around me, I am going to close this up. Now that ink looks really, really dark at the moment. It will dry and lighten up. Okay, so, my dies. So I'm going to grab a couple out to start with and kind of leave them off to the side. Should I have done this beforehand? Yes. Did I? No. Okay, so Nested Essentials will work. Stylish Shapes is always a good one. I think Radiating Stitches. This one may work for one of the larges. Don't want to use Scallop Contours. Deckled Rectangles may work well. And I just want Deckled Circles. So they're kind of my go-tos. And if you are looking at starting with some basic dies, Deckled Circles, Deckled Rectangles, and definitely the Stylish Shapes will be somewhere I'd tell you to start. Radiating Stitches are awesome as well, as are the Nested Essentials. I do like, see, these two, they go together perfectly. Okay, so although I don't know about rounded corners. So you can see already this is soaking into the cardstock and lightening up perfectly. Oh yeah, Alice. Hi, Alice, by the way. Yeah, the circles are awesome. And when I get to it, maybe one of my lives next month, my downline made a stunning card. Yes, Lavender. Okay, do you want to hide them in here?
From who?
Anyone?
Oh, yes.
Right.
Also, would you like to see the cool bottle I got?
Yes, but just so you know, you're live, so you better say hello to everyone.
Hi, girls. And whoever else.
Brenton isn't on, but Brenton may be on the replay. Now, that is a little big, but proportionally, it works quite nicely. I'm not sure the next one down proportions will be right, but we shall see. Oh, very nice. Where'd you get that?
BWS.
Okay. Oh,
Also,
actually, proportions are perfect.
You didn't see Nike. You saw an XP8, which is a low alcohol V.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So I just got Cooper's.
Okay. Great. We're having, Lavender is hosting a Halloween party with her friends tonight. So we have been to the bottle shop. Well, Lavender has been to the bottle shop.
Yeah, I've been very good and independent. Oh, this is a nice label.
There you go. I can't. I've got to do this.
Boo.
But I have seen that label before, and that label has a deckled edge, which is what I'm working with right now.
Oh, so do you want this as like...
No, I do not want to show that on my video, but thank you so much for
I was meaning, do you want this as like...
No,
like
I don't need inspiration, but thank you very much.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Yeah.
Also, I was really wondering how to open it, and luckily they have a full tab.
Oh, very lucky. It's a waxed closure.
And it has
on
like
the
little
bottle.
drips going down the side.
Yes, it's very
And it
nice.
feels cool as well.
Okay, thank you, darling.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you more.
Oh, it's only me that thinks that. Oh,
I got him first. Right, that is our interruption. Okay, we're just going to use the mini, and while I am here, actually, I got that one. I don't need the dark one. Yes, not that we actually celebrate Halloween, but they were talking about having a Halloween party. They haven't caught up as a big group since the end of July, which was Lavender's birthday party. So they're catching up. That's really all it comes down to. It's an event. They want to catch up. A designated driver's coming because I have work in the morning, and I said I will not be staying up to all hours to drive your lovely friends home, because I do. I love them all. They're beautiful people, but because I've got work tomorrow, I just can't. Oh, I knew that'd move. I just can't commit to, oh, I don't need that. Right, I couldn't work out what was going on because I used the light grey one instead of the, I need to bring this corner down just a titch. That will do nicely. Yeah, the light grey one works much better for me than the white one. It is a reason, and they're all bringing like snacks. I wish they'd eat dinner, but I don't think I will get my wish, because you know I don't need a whole gaggle of drunk teenagers, but they're pretty good. I must admit, they are a great bunch of kids. So we have this, doesn't take up too much room, so you still got that beautiful brushed texture. Okay, so let me see what I want to do here, and this is where I want to bring back those dies, because we've used the deckled edge. I would like to continue that decal edge look, but I'm possibly thinking going too larger. I know it's going to take up a bit, but you're going to see more of the designer series paper. So that's my thought anyway. So pop that back there. I'm going to pop this here. Where did I put my big scissors? Right here. Yes, 18 Corinne. And they are all, well, I think most of them are 19 now. So yes, our legal drinking age is very different to yours. I think the UK is 18 as well. I don't think the UK is 21. Yeah, because Lavender went to buy her. Yeah, I knew it was 21 there. Very, very different. Oh, apparently I like to cut things incredibly fine. At least I'm being frugal with my paper. Whoops. Yes, okay, thank you for that confirmation, Shaz. I thought we were basically the same. I think I did quite well with that, thank you. Okay, so now all I want to do is mat this up. If I had maybe a holly berry die or something like that, that would look nice on a corner. I do not have that. I was saying, I think in my last video, I have gone back to basics on my Christmas supplies this year. I don't have a whole lot of stamp sets or dies. I just bought what really, really spoke to me. Okay, I actually really like that. And I even think I may have some shaded spruce things in my stash. Now, the thing is, I don't think they look like shaded spruce, but we shall see. So are we liking this? Keeping it simple, but you get the foil of the card. Here we go. I'm going to need this. I'm going to need that. Okay. Someone's cooking lunch and it smells divine. Don't know what it is, but anyway. Yeah, I think Lavender's only gone crazy once, and that was at her 18th. So it was pretty funny. Videos do exist. Thank you, Alice. I'm glad you like it. The photos definitely exist, or more should I say, the video. And that may be coming out at her 21st. She knows about it too. She's never seen it. She didn't want to see it. So we shall have to see what she's like in the next couple of years and to see if that gets shared. Okay, I am definitely loving this larger mat. I know it's, because I've only got one thing stuck down, I'm going to pop that up and try again to make this a little more even. I know, I just can't get it today. Third time lucky. Okay, that's it. There, old olive, that's not helpful. Embellishments. So, I do have these silver ones. I know gold and silver, people are going to have opinions about that, and that's fine. So I've got little gold ones there. Lost Lagoon, that's Crumb Cake and Mossy Meadow. That's not going to be helpful. Do have some gold in there. What? Oh, do you know what? No, they've got to be here. Unless, there they are. No, they're the 3 colour. I want the 4 colour ones. Hold on. I think they are actually, and I've got gold in there. I'm just keeping a bit of a stash of things that we can use. But I did just want to check the shaded spruce. They must be in my class kit. Okay. In my class kit, definitely, but there we go. So these, oh no, they're peacock. No, they're not shaded spruce. There you go. We do not have any shaded spruce embellishments. Found out. Oh dear, quite funny indeed, Alice. Yes, definitely. It's interesting to see. And then I've got Owen, who has turned 18 and has no desire to drink at all. And at his 18th, when he had just had about half his group of friends, because that's all he said he could cope with, none of them drank. They movie, pizza, lollies, chips, cheese platter, you know, that's all they did. Okay, so let's pop that there. Great. And this is where I choose what I think I want. A different gold. I just want a different texture. So I think these sparkle gems are going to be perfect because they're glittery, where all of this is shiny and smooth, where these are a little more glittery. So we've got silver, black and gold. This is a bit more of a rosy gold, but it will work perfectly for what we want. So going to pop one here. Pop one here. I definitely do need another one, but the answer is like where? It's a little disconnected. So what I want to do is put this one here, pick this one up and just change the angle just a little bit. It's too close to the edge. I want it just a titch further up. That's good. So very simple, but I like that. Now bone folder. So this is our full card, okay? Next one I am going to cut down. So we will get 2 card fronts out of it. So that is the full card that will go with the envelope. So that is our US size. Okay, just get it up, show you the sparkle. Would also look fantastic with gold embossing, but I'm mindful of time. Even though I got all my embossing stuff out, I am mindful of the fact that I have an appointment that I need to get to and feed myself. So now I need this, and I'll show you what I will do. So I will create a card front out of these 2 pieces. Okay, so okay, so this is going to be a full centimetre smaller. Okay, so the standard American size cards are shorter than ours, but ours are thinner. So I want to take the slightest slither off this, because I did cut directly up the spine, so you still could see a tinsy bit of the spine. So I want this at 9.5. Cut the white, and that is now the perfect proportion for our smaller card. Well, good night, Shaz. Thank you so much for dropping in. I will see you on the replay. Slither off here and a slither off here, and then we go a bit more of a significant bit off here, and there we go. So 2 card fronts, and we're going to do our 2 cards. I am going to leave this down because, oh no, I think I'm running out of room, but that's okay. So what we want to use now is, I bent that. Whoops. I want to use these two. So bring back in our stamp set. So sending good tidings. I wanted to use this one. And I think I want to match my ink. So I'm just making sure. So I want to match Cherry Cobbler and Cherry Cobbler this time. And I do have my piece of white cardstock is over here. So I need to use my bigger block. I don't need the money that's sitting on my desk. Okay. So I can't remember if I've used it. It is great DSP, Alice. You know, when something reminds you of something, just go for it. And I'm being very brave because I'm wearing a white shirt and I'm using Cherry Cobbler. So God help me. So I am being quite generous with the ink here because it goes from a very lightweight font down to the same font, but in a much heavier weight. Okay. I'm putting this in the middle because I don't know what we're doing. I'm leaving this here for that ink to transfer. A little light on this side here, but generally that is a really nice image. I'm very happy with that. Once again, this stamp set proves you don't need to use a Stamparatus because they just stamp so beautifully. Okay, I think I wouldn't mind using a couple of circles, probably with both of these on this one, but smaller circles. Let's see if our deckled is the correct sizing for this. That is pretty spot on. I like the space top and bottom. It's not too excessive. So this is, I'm pretty sure this is the size that we used for this piece. There you go, exactly the same. Right, that card can just go there for the moment. Will this go through? Not quite. Let's just take a little sliver off the side so this can go through the mini machine. I definitely don't want to get it out. Now, I haven't asked the question I always ask. Who has the Joy to Use stamp set, which is this one, and who has the Designer Series paper and the cards? Because if you do, these are very easily reproducible cards. And even if you had the stitched rectangles, which are now retired, they would also work. I think they would work quite well with this sentiment set. I could just, you know, use the trimmer, but me and straight lines, no, me and straight lines on the trimmer doesn't always work. So I just prefer die cutting it out. Not only do you get that nice die cut curved edge, I get the deckled edge too, which is a bit fun. Looking at that, moving that up, sorry, watching me a few seconds delayed before I put this top plate on, sandwich it down, and in we go. Crank, crank, crank. A bit harder to put this on an angle. It's not perfect. Actually, it's more perfect than what I anticipated. So now I want to cut some circles out of this, because, you know, you can get your brush, but you can have like a couple of circles popping out with these two. I don't know. I'm just thinking of different shapes we can use. I think I want to stick with the deckled theme. Now, these deckled circles, I think, there are 14 of them. 14. It's ridiculous in such a good way. And I think the largest is like 6 inches across. It's like crazy. Let me see. The largest is just under 6 inches across. So make a fantastic card base. And you've got all your increments in between. So I'm thinking this size may work nicely. So bring this base in. Yep, you've got one there, and then you've got one there. And then I can use the paper I already had and have like a smaller circle with that, like the smallest. Sorry, I can sneeze. Achoo! Oh, please excuse me. Oh, you don't have any of these? Yes, you can use whatever designer series paper that you have. Absolutely. Okay. So we like this one. So just so we're... Thank you, Alice. Thank you so much. Okay. That is fine. Okay, so we've got that one. Where is the other paper? And then I think the little one I'm going to have out of the green. So this is a way to get all the patterns on here, but just in 3 different sizes. So I'm going to use this end, because that's the end that I've already creatively hand cut. Okay, that's that piece. And then I am going to end up getting that smaller one. So I have skipped a size. So we're using smallest, second smallest. So the smallest 2, then skipping the 3rd and going the 4th. Just in case you wanted to replicate this yourself, if you like how it ends up turning out. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. I've got all of those. Close the scissors, bring this back. But it's only taken me 2 cards to use everything that's in here. So I'm pretty impressed with that. So this one is the big one. Oh no, sorry. This one is the big one. Maybe? I don't know now. I don't know. I think I want more of this one. But do you know what? While I'm here, because I can cut both, I am going to cut both, and then we can see. My pleasure. Happy to help. I feel I haven't even used them enough myself, so I'm just happy to have them out and being used. Okay, so we can see what size is going to work best, and then just run through with this little one with the shaded spruce. Now these are going back onto my magnetic sheet because I don't want to lose any. Okay, so this, and then we can lay out and see what we like the best. But the nested circle dies would be, or even the stylish shapes dies would be your closest substitutes for this. Okay, so I don't know if I'm finished, but I need some space on my desk. Okay, so just remembering this is the card front, so we definitely will be putting something underneath. Now, I think I'm kind of going to like that one on there because you've got the gold to offset it. And then this one at the top. And then maybe this one, because I don't want to cover too much of that gold, and then maybe that one just there. So got your little triangle, I like that. And then maybe a shaded spruce card base. Okay, dimensionals. Who took the dimensionals and didn't put them back? They're right next to me in plain sight. I always say who took them, and then they tend to appear all by themselves. Okay, and I will just stick these down. This will go on dimensionals just for some dimension, and I still would like to use something blingy or shiny on here, because you know, can never have enough. Exactly, Alice. So these are sitting approximately where I would like them, so let's just get those down. I'm rotating that because I would like a lot of those berries seen. And then when I stick the music one down, I definitely want it straight. And then this one I'm not going to put in yet because yeah, that looks great. Yes, perfect. Besides the fact I got a little bit of glue on there. But this one I just want to slide in once this has been put down. So my crafter's tip for my take your pick tool has been the best tip for me to get my backings off. A lot of people use just the normal pointy end. I find that a little harder to use, but this little hook end, love it. Yep, that's pretty good. And then I am going to put a little dot about there, and then slide this on and slide this under. So, I am kind of thinking I want it on the diamond and probably about halfway, because it does come in from this one. So we've got that. Awesome. So let's try a shaded spruce card base. Do I have one here? That is the question, and thank you to past Ellen for having a shaded spruce card base. Now, if shaded spruce doesn't work, we can definitely try cherry cobbler, but I'm thinking that looks really nice. That, perfect, done. Stick it down, and then I will show you the sizing difference of our card bases, because that is an extremely common question that I have here. Right, so all my dots are there. We do have, oh, it doesn't matter as long as, yep, that's at the top. And then we've got our sliding space. So it's almost like little baubles. These are almost like Christmas baubles. Somehow I think that's slightly crooked. But anyway, that's fine. We can live with that. Okay, now I think we can keep this one really, really simple, and I know which ones I want, but did I get them out? Aha, these are the festive pearls. So just little gold pearls that I think. So we have red, we have very light green, silver and gold. But I think we need my other take your pick tool for these. So 2 down there and 1 up there. Kind of like 3. I do have one of my many molting hairs coming off here. Now I know we're doing gold on gold, but I kind of like that, and my sentiment isn't on straight, but that's okay. We have a card. It is made, and whoever I send it to hopefully won't notice. So actually, I really like that. Let me see if we can do one more, because I've got them here. Where's my other card? So this, I'm going to put them back to back, okay? So this is the standard. This is your standard A2 American card, so you can see how much significantly taller ours is. And then I'm going to pop it in front, and you can see yours is just a little bit wider, not too much, but it's the height that is the main difference. So just so you know, thank you, Alice. I'm glad you like. Now that's pretty on the back, but I just think it's wasted when I can get 2 card fronts. Okay, what sentiments? Where did my stamp set go? It's under that paper. Which one haven't we used? We've used wishing you peace to you and yours. Now, something that would look really, really nice is to maybe use some wild wheat ink that, as we know, does mimic our gold very well. And we could just put it on this. So which designer series paper should we use? I'm just leaving it out of these two. So whether we use the music or the check, that's what I want to know. And I'm going to need more white paper and another block. So get those votes in, which paper we're using, the music or the check. Pick that up, pop that off to the side. Oh, do I have any paper that will be big enough in my scraps? No, I have teensy tiny scraps, which is not helpful. Okay. I am just going to cut this piece in half. It just makes it a little more usable than a whole sheet. I find I don't waste as much if it's cut down. I know it's weird, but anyway. That's actually just with those couple of pounces, that is beautifully done. Nice, a little bit of a smudge there, but I can totally deal with that. The squares barrel, okay, let's use the squares. Should we use it in like a big circle, like a bigger circle? Because showing you like, yeah, think maybe a bigger circle, because it's a juxtaposition to the shape of the squares, that we can get a different look with the squares rather than having it as a rectangle. Do you think I can get these away? And the answer is no. Okay, great. So where are my rectangles? We're going to see if one works, which it should. It's very interesting that we are using a lot of the same dies because they work so well. Okay, Beryl, with the circles. Okay, so let me cut this one first. Grab my bigger scissors. Oh, it's getting a little warm in here because I'm not getting any air conditioning. For those who play in degrees Celsius, it was 36 yesterday. It was lucky I was at work and I was in air conditioning, like better commercial air conditioning, which is a little bit better than our air conditioning here at home. But yeah, it was a stinker, and today it's over 30 again. It was quite overcast this morning, but now it's like full sunshine, and they're predicting storms later, so that will be interesting to say the least. I think that is good. It moved. It moved. I know people are going to say, just use tape. It's fine. I'm not too bothered about using tape because generally I can get it in the right place, sandwich it down, and through we go. Ooh, glue light flying. Okay, that works well. That can go in the recycling bin. This can go back. Swap it for, before I lose that stamp set, swap it for the deckled circles. And this is where I wouldn't mind. Okay, so I've got a choice of two, and I think I am going to go with this one. So I was eyeballing it. So I didn't want the circle to, will this fit on here? Yes, it will. Oh, you're a genius. So, oh, circle. What I wanted, I didn't want it to peek out the sides of the sentiment, but I did want to see that halo top and bottom. Oh my God, Alice. Wow, you are a better woman than me. I mean, physically, I just would not be able to do that. But I applaud you for doing that. I actually have a straight line to cut across. I wonder how actually straight I got it. Not too well, but well enough. Okay. So are these the types of cards you guys are wanting to see from me? Something with a bit special, but also fairly simple to put together. So there's something you can do and you can go, oh, I can do that and I can make X amount of them, because all of these designs I could happily see myself reproducing. I'd sit here, cut all the shapes, stamp all the sentiments, and then thus begins my my putting together. So I would cut each element and then I would start putting on dimensionals and doing all those things, and then the production line to pop them together. So I do want dimensionals on the back of this because I think that adds a little something to the card. You love the layouts. Thank you, Alice. And they're achievable. That's what I like about them. But I think they've got something on them. You could also add ribbon. I have very limited ribbon at the moment, and the ribbon I've got, I haven't used that much. But anyway, I never know. It's either, actually, Stampin' Up! Don't have the ribbon I would dearly love at the moment. I would like a thinner white ribbon that is super easy to colour, and at the moment we just don't have that type of ribbon, which is a bit sad. So I'm going to go on the diamond again, just because if I don't get it straight, it doesn't matter as much as if I don't get it straight on the other way. Okay, cut front. So you can see my goal of the wild wheat, I think, has pulled off. Just going to take a little sip, and I'm going to see, I do have some red in here, and I wouldn't mind the pop of red on this. Sorry, my throat was getting a little dry there. I really wouldn't mind the pop of red. And then maybe we can do a Jerry Cobbler card base. Now, if you or my other, take your pick tool. No, I need this. Hey, Miss Charmaine, how are you? Just finishing off the last card, but I will definitely show you the other cards before we go. So slide that into place. This is just our cut down card front from the gold card bases. Yes, exactly. I'm glad you like the circle and square combo. It just makes it a little bit different. That is still moving. So let's work on the card base. We've got our embellishments picked. Now, what colour are these? Because I haven't written on. Let me check. I'm pretty close to that page in the catalogue. Festive Pearls. They are cherry cobbler. So let's look for a cherry cobbler card base. It's Cajun Craze, Real Red, cherry cobbler. And I do not have a pre-cut card base, but that's okay. I shall. So you can see how everything just pops really nicely on that. Okay, let's roll back up here. Need our trimmer one last time. And I'm going to put my score blade back in properly. So score at 10.5 and then cut at 14.85, which is directly in half. Okay, pop that other card base over there. Right, so not too bad. I reckon we're sitting on about an hour because we did a little bit of chatting at the start. Okay, so let me just come back to you guys here. Now I'm going to pop that on. Gorgeous. So happy with that. So I did cut a full card for our last two cards to create two cards. So now the only thing with using wet glue, and I think it may have resolved, is sometimes the foil is affected by the wet glue. I did notice it on our last card, but that's pretty good. Let me see. No, it's gone away. I could see the dot of glue. If I get the foil on a certain angle, I can see it. But this one obviously doesn't have it because that is the full card base. Right, that's had a couple of seconds to adhere. And I am going to add a few of these. I do like a cluster of 3, and then 2. Good odd numbers, and this is also by putting one on the sentiment and one off the sentiment, you are drawing your eye further out from the actual sentiment. If you wanted to, you could have gold heat embossed all these sentiments. That was my original plan, but I went away from it. Totally went away from it. Hey Cindy, how are you? Oh wow, so you're going home or you're continuing your trip, Cindy? So that is us done. We have used the 3 designer series papers from the Joyful Specialty papers. I've used 3 of the 4, and on Thursday on my YouTube live I'm going to show the 4th. Okay, so we used that. We used the Joy to You stamp set. Sorry, I'm going to pull this card out. The Joy to You stamp set. We used Deckled Circles dies. I used Deckled Rectangles dies because they are the perfect pairing. I used the Sparkle Gems on card 1. And I used the Festive Gems on card 2 and card 3. So here is card 1. So shaded, ooh, there's something, there we go, it's gone now. So, and we used the gold, these are the gold note cards. I just want to get the right name. Brushed gold cards and envelopes. So on the first card, I used the full card. So you can see here you've got the patterning front and back. For the second 2 cards, I did go a bit more frugal, and this is back to my standard size. So I used the Deckled Circles on these with the Festive Pearls and the Deckled Rectangle dies. I used Cherry Cobbler ink, and I used Wild Wheat ink here to emulate the gold without using gold. Oh, going home. Oh, it'll be so nice to be home. So nice. So they are the 3 cards. I do hope I gave you some inspiration to make some simple cards, but to make them elevated, and the foil really does that. It makes them elevated. So the foil in the designer series paper and the foil in the cards, and of course you guys in the US can still cut down the cards and make 2 card fronts, or you can use the 20 cards as is. Now I'm going to show you the envelope. So obviously this envelope is only going to go with this card because these ones are too tall. So width-wise they will fit in, but they are just, let me do it on they are just a smidge too tall to go in the envelope, but that's okay. Thank you, Cindy. I'm glad you like them, but they are the envelope. So I could, if I have too many left, I could cut this up into a rectangle strip and this piece as well to use on cards. So even if I don't use them all, I can definitely make something of them. So thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me a message. I've got shop link in the details for the video. So if you're online, press the see more. If you're on Facebook, just press the see more. If you're watching the replay, there will be a see more or a downward arrow or a more, and that will give you all the links. There are 20 cards in a pack. So 20 cards and 20 envelopes, Charmaine. And in Australia, they are $21. So there you go. Thank you, Narelle. Lovely to have you comment. I'm glad you enjoyed them. So I will be back on Thursday and we are going to be playing with the fourth pattern, which is the wood grain, and I am going to pair that with Ringed with Nature. So we will see what we make on my YouTube live on Thursday with the same paper, different stamp set. So I look forward to seeing you then. Have a lovely couple of days and I hope you get crafty. Bye.